So this may be a controversial opinion, but I think that the IWI TS-12 might be one of the best and most important shotguns ever made. So to give you a little history about the IWI TS-12, the first time I ever shot this shotgun was at SHOT Show 2018, so January of 2018. At that time, this shotgun had been in development for about a year and a half. I got to shoot a prototype, one of the first ones that ever came into the country, and this shotgun has some extraordinary features unique to it that we're going to go over in just a minute. But I knew IWI had something special with this shotgun. It then never came to market. And that was kind of weird. So we followed up with IWI at SHOT Show 2019, almost a year ago, in January of 2019. And they said that there were still some reliability kinks that needed to be worked out. They wanted to make sure before they released this gun to the market that it was going to be 100% reliable.
So TS-12, man, it was built around a 3-inch Magnum chamber, and that's awesome and everything, but at the end of the day, people want to shoot 2 3/4 light recoil, less felt recoil as best it can do, right? So you put a 2 3/4 in there when we built it, and the action just laughed at you like, what did you want me to do with that? Did you actually want me to cycle? Because I'm not going to do that. So again, me cut a couple springs, play with the gas, didn't work that way. So took it back overseas. They've been messing with it. Our CEO the other week ran 4 or 5 flats of shells through it. We found some more kinks that we need to make, but it is, after about a 50 to 100 round standard velocity shot shell, it does allow itself to run 1100, 1145 Winchester white box, estate, you name it. The inexpensive stuff you can buy in bulk. So we'll make another couple changes, do another test run. You know, all of our weapon systems have to go through a 20,000 round torture test. That's Israel spec. So you change a spring or a pin or something, it's a new weapon system at that point, goes through 20K. If it's not wearing right, 20K again. So it takes time, but we just want to make sure we deliver the best quality product that we possibly can to the end users, whether that's military law enforcement or US commercial marketplaces.
They sent me a prototype copy shortly after for me to test, with the caveat that, hey, we're still working through ammo compatibility issues, so this might not be 100% reliable. So I've had a prototype copy, this exact one, that I've been shooting for the past few months, and this gun has been reliable. Even the prototype that they said that wasn't going to be 100% reliable has been very reliable, albeit a little bit ammo selective.
It f***ing chugged that Russian shit.
Yeah. Well, now the IWI TS-12 is finally ready to come to market, and they're going to have an improved version that is an enhanced model of the version that I'm holding here, which is the prototype. And as we sit here today, the day this video publishes, the IWI TS-12 commercial variant should be available, and it should be 100% reliable. And oh my God, if this shotgun is 100% reliable, this is a 15+1 semi-automatic shotgun. We've got a tri-tube here. Each of these tubes will hold 5 2 3/4 inch shotgun shells, or 4 3-inch shotgun shells, plus 1 in the tube. So you can get up to 16 rounds stuffed into the IWI TS-12. It's got an adjustable gas system. It's fully ambidextrous. You can change over the ejection port. You can change over the charging handle. This is a fully ambi gun right out of the gate. And it looks pretty big, but it's actually surprisingly lightweight because of the copious use of aluminum and polymer in the construction. Between the adjustable gas system and the very robust recoil spring, this is a breeze to shoot even with 3-inch Magnum slugs. It's got a threaded barrel using the Benelli choke pattern, so you could even add, say, a Salvo 12 silencer to it, or different chokes, muzzle devices if you want. Ergos are great, and this thing just freaking looks cool. You've got this full-length Picatinny rail across the top for mounting optics, flashlights. This is a serious shotgun. I would tell you about all the features, every single feature of the shotgun, but I don't have to. That's because at SHOT Show 2018, I interviewed Tom with IWI. So here's a complete breakdown of the features from IWI personnel, and then I'm going to go over the specs and my opinions about shooting this gun.
Tom, tell us about this thing.
Okay, absolutely. It's a semi-automatic shotgun. Has 3 tubes, and from the 3 tubes, you can each tube can handle 5 2 3/4 inch rounds or 4 3-inch rounds. The chamber is actually geared for a 3-inch shell, as you can imagine. It has an 18.5-inch barrel. It is gas operated, but it's got a gas setting on it, so you can go low and high depending on if you're shooting low recoil kind of rounds or regular high brass. It's got four attachment points for slings. It's completely ambidextrous though. You can switch the charging handle from left to right. The safety, the cross-lock safety can be switched in reverse too, along with the ejection itself. You actually use there's a release here for the mag tube itself. You push forward, rotate. The other cool feature about it is when you rotate, when it goes to bolt lock and you rotate, when it knows there's a live round there, it's not electronic, it's a mechanical thing obviously, it'll automatically load it. You don't have to push any other buttons. So as soon as you turn the tubes and they lock into place, it's going to drop that round in there. It takes care of it.
So 3 tubes times 5, you're looking at 15
Plus one.
Plus 1. When a tube goes dry, you rotate it, and boom, it's good to go.
And it automatically loads that next round, you're good to go. And you can load from either left or right, obviously.
Okay, and are these ports open? How do the loading ports work?
Loading ports are real simple. You got a slot right here, you're just going to take that round, kind of thumb it in, you push past it, that's it, it locks in past the shell stop. Now, another interesting feature about the shotgun is when you're unloading, typically, there's different ways of unloading all kinds of 12 gauges. You push them and the rounds kind of dump out or whatever. You push this button, it's going to release the round, it's going to catch it for you so you're not spilling rounds out all over the place. That works on both sides. So, yep, you just load it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rotate, and just keep going until you got it all filled.
So this is pretty neat. You can have an active tube, and then you've got both of your backup tubes. You can load both of those at the same time. You don't need to rotate. You're not loading one at a time. You can do both.
Technically, you could. You absolutely could. You could rotate and load this one, and then turn around and load this one. Obviously, for a right-hander, though, this is going to be your favorite tube. Then rotate, then load the next tube, then rotate, load the next tube. Yep. And you can still do like a select slug. We were messing with that too, where just like any other semi-auto shotgun, if you don't press the trigger, right, you can eject that live round, drop a slug in it, drop it, and then fire that slug out of it.
And how long has this been in production? How long are you guys, because I mean, this just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we've been working on it for about 1.5 years, give or take. 18 months or so of research development, going back and forth, making it happen.
So why is the TS-12 such a big deal? Well, historically, shotguns have had one magazine tube that runs directly under the barrel. Therefore, the capacity of a shotgun has been traditionally limited by the length of the shotgun, with most shotguns being constrained to around 5 to 7 rounds of maximum capacity. The IWI Tavor TS-12 changes the game. It's a semi-automatic 12-gauge bullpup shotgun with an 18.5-inch barrel. The gun feeds from one of 3 individual magazine tubes, which can hold 5 2 3/4-inch shotgun shells or 4 3-inch shotgun shells. It can be fed and unloaded from either side of the gun. That means one tube can be hot and ready to fire, while the operator can administratively reload or unload either of the inactive tubes. The chassis has 4 sling attachment points, M-LOK compatible rails, a continuous Picatinny rail that runs across the top of the receiver, a cross-bolt safety, and it has compatibility with Benelli or Beretta choke tubes. Impressively, it has an overall length of just 28.34 inches because of its bullpup construction. MSRP is $13.99, which is a fair price for any high-end semi-automatic shotgun, much less a unique tactical semi-auto like the TS-12. IWI lists the weight on its website at an unbelievable 8 pounds, which would make it lighter than a Remington 1187. However, my prototype copy was actually 9.15 pounds. That's heavier than most AR-15s, but lighter than most FNFALs. My Remington 1187 Police semi-auto holds 6 rounds, but it weighs 8.3 pounds. The kel-tec KSG shotgun is the TS-12's obvious competition. With a capacity of 7 rounds each in 2 tubes, the KSG is close in capacity to the TS-12 as well. Moreover, the KSG is over 2 pounds lighter and 2 inches shorter than the TS-12. However, the Tavor is a semi-automatic that uses a sophisticated short-stroke gas piston system, while the KSG is just a straight-up pump shotgun. Many buyers would prefer the famously robust construction of the IWI in a semi-automatic format with a little bit extra capacity for another $400, while others might prefer the KSG, but the two are different enough that they can't properly be compared on an apples-to-apples basis. The TS-12 has been in development for 3.5 years now, and as of today, is finally ready for commercial release. We note that we've been reviewing 3 prototype copies, and we have not received our commercial release copy yet.
The tube changing device is pretty ingenious. You hit this little paddle right here, and then you get to rotate. And every time you rotate, if you're on an empty chamber, it'll automatically load that next hot tube in. Check it out. Boom, there we go. Did it automatically. Pretty neat, huh?
As I said at the beginning of this video, if the IWI TS-12 ends up being a 100% reliable commercial shotgun, I think this is going to be one of the most important shotguns and perhaps one of the most relevant designs that's ever hit the market. Now, there have been multi-tube shotguns that you've seen before in the past from other manufacturers, but first of all, I can assure you they're not as high quality as the IWI TS-12, nor are they as reliable. Also, this is a semi-automatic shotgun. A lot of those shotguns are not. They're pump shotguns or they're semi-automatics that just suck. You have with IWI a high quality shotgun that's backed by one of the biggest manufacturers on the planet, so you know that the warranty support's gonna be there, you know the engineering support's gonna be there, and guys, this has been in development for like 4 years now at this point. They have waited to release it until they got it right. So I'm really excited about this. A 16-round semi-automatic shotgun, fully accessorizable, fully ambi, adjustable gas, works great, shoots well.
All right, let's give rifled slugs a try. God damn. Woo! I'll tell you, it could be a lot worse. I mean, this thing really does a decent job of sapping up recoil, even shooting rifled slugs. Bird shot. Nothing. I mean, really, when you shoot this with bird, with lighter loads, like no recoil at all. It's not bad.
So I am very excited for the IWI TS-12, and I hope you guys are too. Sound off in the comments. Let me know what you think. IWI thought of literally everything whenever they put together this shotgun. There are no other features that I can think of that you would need to add to this thing. This guy is ready to run right out of the box whenever you get it. So at the time of filming, this is my prototype copy, which, as I said, has been a little bit picky with ammo, but whenever it gets ammo it likes, it's been 100% reliable. Hopefully these new commercial versions have fixed that, as IWI said that they would. I've got my commercial version, my final copy of the IWI TS-12 on the way to me, so you're going to see a follow-up video. I've got all kinds of 12 gauge, at least a case of 12 gauge of all different sorts, 2 3/4 and 3 inch. I'm gonna run through it to make sure that it is 100% reliable, and you're gonna see a follow-up video from TFBTV in a couple of months. But right now, I'm willing to say that the TS-12 might be one of the best shotguns ever made as we sit here today. Guys, thanks a ton for watching. Please do us a favor and support us on subscribestar.com/TFBTV or patreon.com/TFBTV. We do a free gun giveaway every month, not associated with YouTube, Patreon, or Subscribestar. We also give away free blue Alpha Gear belts. They're a great sponsor. They make the best belts out there on the market. Speaking of sponsors, Ventura Munitions. They sent us all the ammo that we used in this video. They've sent tons and tons and tons of 12 gauge that I've run through this IWI TS-12. and I really appreciate their sponsorship, but most of all, I appreciate you guys for watching, because we wouldn't be here if you guys weren't watching our videos. So thanks a ton. Subscribe, support us. I will see you all next week.